Smiles per hour. What's going on, guys? Where have you been? Or should I say, where have I been? Toes in the hood. You haven't heard from me since the Double Dash. And thanks for everyone that watched the latest episode of the Barra Boat. Yeah, after the Double Dash, been working 6 days a week, flat out, gone and purchased myself a wholly dedicated race boat. Today's the day. We're down here at Nerang Skate Park boat ramp. Got to run the motor in. The old 2.5 is back alive. Just got to put a few heat cycles on it, slowly feather through the rev range and bed the rings in on the motor. I don't have my cameras with me. I've literally just come straight from work. Get a little bit of a feel for it and feel the wind in my hair. I'll give you a look at this boat. So, got the alien cowl on there. The 20-inch mid. We've had a custom snout made for it. We've got the Sportsmaster gearbox, the 26 TE cleaver that Clint's kindly lent me to test in. This is a genuine 1750 lightweight bullet. We've set it up center steer. It has the Mercury Racing colours. We have our trim buttons on the gauge, water pressure, and we also have a trim gauge over the other side there. And we have our electronic dash, a key start, kill switch, fuel pump. We have a billet selector. We have an Optima battery and the billet clamp there. And we have our fuel tank with the race pole removed. Boat's in mint condition. Work never stops. Look how red my eyes are. Eyes are hanging out of my head. I've had a week that big. Come down to see my mate Clint here. He's ripping in, showing me how it's done. As I said, the 2.5 will come alive. Clint's in the process of putting the bearings in the rods and that for me. Definitely going to do the majority of the work, as much as I would have loved to have been more hands-on. Just time, Paul. I've cleaned some parts, finished the crank. I can't appreciate the guys in my corner enough. Like, the actual guys that I'm going to race against are the ones that are helping me get to the race. Yeah, I'll give you a quick scan of the motor. Got this shiny part here we picked up for the coils to go on. It's a bit of wank factor, ceramic coated. Yeah, we did run into a few hiccups. Leaned out 2 pistons on this block. Have to get new rods, and I was running the 5250 fat rods. As we've come to realise when Clint was helping go over all my bits and pieces, a couple of the rods did have pits in some of the big ends, which are no good, don't want to risk it. I did have a spare set of rods that I had just purchased off Mike Hill in America, but not all of them were up to par. And not only that, the little ends were actually wider, so they are obviously different in different year models, so we couldn't make a full set. In saying that, I didn't even have to make calls or do anything, and Clint and Dave Kissel talking to one another, and Dave's come to the rescue and just given me a whole set of rods. And just so happens Mr. Kissel himself is here doing a fundraiser for the local football club. This guy is an absolutely mad GC. He just gave me his accommodation down at the Double Dash, so I had free accommodation to go be at that event and compete. And then not only that, as I said, he caught wind that I just didn't have the parts I needed to build the 2.5, and he went out of his way and brought the rods down here for me, unbeknownst to me, so my motor could be built. And not only will I be competing against him, but he's just one of the guys that's in the corner that's just all about boats and the boating community and the guys here. So Dave, thanks mate. I just want to say thanks. Mate. But you're a kind bloke, and I'm just so grateful for having people like this around me. So thanks, mate.
No, all good. We love to help out where we can. And, mate, you're a top bloke yourself for what you do for the boat racing community. So, mate, it's good to help another race around.
Yeah.
So anytime, buddy.
No, I just appreciate it.
Monday, it's an RDO for me. On my day off, we are driving an hour west of Caboolture, because on Facebook Marketplace, I found a guy out on a farm that had two 2.5 litre Mercury fisher motors that I picked up for next to nothing. They were too good just to let right away out on a farm with grass growing up around them. So I threw him an offer, he took the bait, and I put down a deposit, and they've been sitting there for like forever. But since I found the ad and put a deposit on it, they've been there a good solid month again.
I couldn't do this without Clinton from Whitewater Marine. He single-handedly has built the motor, rigged the boat in under 2 weeks in order to get me to come race with him at the Bundaberg Rum Classic. So everybody's had a huge part in this. Of all people, Clint, this dream and idea would not come to fruition without him and all his hard work. This boat hasn't seen water, I'm pretty sure, for 25 years plus. Got it off old Kingsley. He used to race boats back in the day. And this has sat in his garage for over 20 years, maybe longer. He kept it as a collector's piece. I acquired it and decided it's time for it to do what it's meant to do. This is the man of the moment. Clint, the guy that's made my dreams a reality. You've ripped in over the last 2 weeks and got it from nothing, from a bunch of parts with the motor, built it together, rigged the boat.
Nearly 70 hours working.
70 hours, there you go. This wouldn't be a reality if it wasn't for Clint and a good mate like this in my corner. So
Always got your back, mate, you know that.
yeah, he's actually the top dog who's winning the championship up at Bundy at the moment. He's helped me get there as well. It's just going to be an awesome experience to be able to race alongside him. So we're here today to do a test, a few heat cycles on the motor and just get a feel for it and make sure we can get rid of any gremlins that might come up. Stick around.
Let's go have fun.
Yeah, we'll go have fun. Oh, look who's turned up. The meth lab, Mr. McCallum himself. You've probably seen this guy on the internet.
Pretty rare for me to make a daily appearance.
Yeah, I didn't realise how tall he was in real life. But look at this. The lab. The mighty lab. And for those of you that don't know, looks can be deceiving. This is not a Mercury. Well, the bottom half is, but the top half is Evinrude. She's a beautiful looking boat, this thing. It's got all the gadgets and the gizmos. Probably one of the best ski boat racing teams out there. The lab is cooking. Let there be life. Here we are, in the driver's seat for the first time, moving under our own power. That's what we like. Woo-woo! That's what it's about. Smiles per hour. Yeah, sorry I didn't bring any GoPros or extra cameras, but we'll see what footage we can get while we're having a little play. Try and get some footage of some of the other cool boys around here anyway too. All the boys are dropping in now. performance Saturday at the boat ramp. True Boatz in the Hood fashion. Can't do nothing without something going wrong. But it's an easy fix, this one. We just out of fuel. Oh man, this thing's got so much pepper and spice. Sorry I don't have a GoPro or anything to show you, but it's too hard to hold onto a phone camera and drive this thing and break it in at the same time. But it's an absolute beast. The pickup and acceleration in this is wild. But like, you got mates like this to the rescue. Oh, Richie. Out of fuel. You know what time it is. Toes in the hood. Mate, it's the best problem to have though, just out of fuel. Got Kevy and the STV there. Well, welcome back, Boats in the Hood fans. That other Saturday when I first tested my Bullet, I didn't get to do much footage on Max's tunnel deck. Anyway, on that day, he was actually having a couple of electrical gremlins with his motor. It was dropping out a cylinder. We've since sourced a brand new stator and put a new stator on it. For those of you that don't know, like, one of the very first episodes on Boats in the Hood was actually Max's first original tunnel deck. That's not this boat here. This is a completely different one. What's this one called back in the day?
Sitting Bullet.
Sitting Bullet. But for those of you that don't know, this is a pure race dedicated boat. It's a 1750 like mine, but this is called a tunnel deck, and that's for the obvious reason. If you were to look down it, it obviously has a very narrow capsule, obviously for the wind to pass down over the hull at high speeds. This thing's a weapon. It's got the full low set fuel tank, the 260 on it, all the fruit, billet boss, pulleys. He does have a Mark 4 or 6 gearbox for it, but in the class that we run up at Bundaberg, actually not allowed to run a Mark 4 or 6 gearbox. We've got the Sportsmaster there, and that's for speed purposes. This boat is well capable of over 100 mile an hour very easily. The category we race in, Outboard C, to coincide with the APBA rules, we're limited to 95 miles an hour, which is still fast enough. The circuit's set up that we can still get to those speeds, but for safety purposes, that's why he's running the Sportsmaster gearbox. She's an absolute rig. These things were purposely designed to go fast. So in the back here too, we have one pump for up and down and one pump for in and out. We've got the billet Optima battery as well, complete fuel system. Encouraged Max to come along. I'm going up to Bundy to race a Bullet. The first time I sat in a boat was that test on Saturday. In the second episode on Boats in the Hood, you seen Max. He was winning a few races and lo and behold, too much trim, blew it over, put himself in hospital. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to earlier episodes and check out Max going through that rigmarole, so we don't plan on doing that again. So we're keen just to get out and have a go anyway, aren't we? We've been in a couple of crashes. We just want to get the wind in our hair again. This is a complete, fresh, rebuilt boat, paint, everything. That's the rundown. Max is about to drop in and just make sure it's running right and all the gremlins are gone. there you have it, a little quick afternoon test. Seems to be running a bit better. It's firing on all 6 now, which is better than what it was doing Saturday. They're still going to look deeper into it. It might require a different harness. It's not quite pulling the RPMs that they want. So there we are. We'll hopefully have it all sorted before we go racing Saturday at Bundy anyway.